Hi guys and welcome back to LIZZ Game. There's another trailer that I want to do a react video to. The breakdown that the Witcher YouTube channel published as well yesterday, I think. So it's literally they are watching their trailer, I guess, and they're gonna explain a few things. So I would like to watch that together with you guys and then maybe share my thoughts and opinions about things that I'm gonna say. So yeah, let's go.
Hello everyone, my name is Sebastian Kalemba and I'm the game director of The Witcher 4, our new game. And this is our official breakdown for the very first cinematic trailer of the game. So let's dive right into the trailer. The first sequence sets up the stage.
Dearest daughter, I've watched ye grow from a devilishly curious child.
We have two characters.
Which I notice at this point is the father says.
Devilishly curious child.
Which kind of fits to Ciri as well. She's quite nosy in the beginning, at least in the books she is. She's also a spoiled brat in the beginning.
We have two characters. They are preparing for something.
Yeah, which I think is a very nice contrast, right? One is preparing to be killed and the other one is preparing to save that woman's life, actually. A nice side by side. What I also think is interesting is that one woman is just a sacrifice. That's her whole life now. This is how she will be remembered as the sacrifice for some god they believe in. Whereas Ciri is kind of a monster in their eyes because she's a witcher, but also she is the person who's trying to save her.
One character is preparing for some kind of a ritual, tradition, clearly a celebration. But the second character is purely preparing for the battle, for the encounter. Two different characters, preparation, but a different set of tools. It looks like a wedding, maybe, but as you see, it's not festive at all, right? People are not laughing.
Apart from that one kid down here who is throwing flower petals and is kind of smiling as well. Like,
this is Stromford. This village is totally isolated place up north.
I kind of like that they said that. I had the feeling this must be north. I don't know. I mean, of course there's seasons, but in Velen there was no snow. There was only the one time snow in Witcher 3. And I don't know, maybe like I said in my initial reaction, maybe they decided to go with just a different season. Maybe this is winter and before we were in fall or something, and that's why there was no snow. But still I had the feeling, okay, the way they dress and everything, I have a feeling this could be back in Skellige. I was also kind of questioning my statement there. I wasn't sure. Like I said, I feel like they dress kind of appropriate with all the furs and everything, so it looks like it's always cold there. The way they talk, the way they dress, it could be everything. I wasn't sure about it. I was trying to see if this could be Skellige, but nothing was really fitting. So maybe this is a completely new area. That'd be cool if it's kind of a new map as well, not like just revisiting places.
This village is totally isolated place up north. And, you know, the world of The Witcher is full of folk, full of grim, the darkness, monsters. The way they deal with monsters for ages is sacrificing their people. Here we reveal this young girl. Her name is Mioni. She tends to be sacrificed by her father, by the villagers. That's why this moment is so emotional. These people are kind of saying goodbye to someone that they know from that young. Okay, so now these characters join. Their paths are going to cross in a second. You have two swords on her back, the silver for monsters and the steel for humans. You have idea for sure that this is a Witcher.
A witcher?
Witcher! Whose coin did you take? Nay, you can't.
There you see the dagger. There you see it.
Tradition. Chosen she is. By the gods.
No! You chose her.
Okay, you have no idea how long we've been waiting for this moment. I mean, the entire team that invests so much passion into this project in recent years. We've been waiting for years to be able to finally show Ciri as the main protagonist of the game.
I think a lot of people were actually complaining about this, and there's a multitude of reasons why people were complaining about this. I will probably go into a bit more detail after this trailer, but in my opinion, this is probably for the best that they chose Ciri. But why? I'm going to say at the end.
Ciri is one of these characters that, you know, the sentence that if there is less evil, lesser evil, I'd rather to not choose at all. Ciri will always choose. When it comes to the happiness, the moments that she was really happy about her life, it was in Kaer Morhen, among the other Witchers. For good and for bad, she wants to become a Witcher. In the word become, there is a journey. And I want people to experience this journey.
People were really angry about her becoming a Witcher because they said it's contradicting previous lore. I know it was stated that no female has survived the trial of the grasses, but then again, how many people, how many women, how many sorceresses with the elder blood did they test the trial of the grasses on? Ciri is special, we cannot deny that. If CD Projekt Red is going to write this well, and I bet they will, then it will make sense in the end. Maybe right now, with what we know so far, we won't understand it. It won't make sense. It will not match together with the other puzzle pieces of lore and story and information we have. But knowing them and having played all their games, I'm pretty certain that they will make it work. Spoiler here a little bit for the books, but they literally brought Geralt back from the dead to make Witcher 1, 2, and 3. And they kind of made it work. So if they can literally bring back Geralt from the dead back to have 3 more games with him, they can make Ciri a Witcher, guys. I believe.
And I want people to experience this journey. As soon as we entered the woods, we decided to change the cinematography of this part, in that moment. We wanted to make it more magical, more atmospheric. We wanted to make you smell the evil that is living in this cave.
And they did such a good job with this. I think you can sense the difference of the vibe in this section so well. They did a really good, fantastic job, in my opinion.
Maybe you can question why Ciri was actually waiting for this moment. She is a professional monster hunter, and she knows that using Mioni in that case was actually her advantage. She was, by pushing Mioni into the woods and letting her sing the song that calls the evil, she's also at the same time luring the evil.
Now.
So there's this moment when she stops exactly when she knows that the evil woke up. That's the moment when Ciri pushes Mioni back to the village.
Run!
As soon as the fog appears, Ciri knows that there's point of no return. Ciri enters the heart of darkness. She hears these noises, the voices, some kind of hallucinations. She's a bit puzzled, yeah? You see, like, she's not able to spot the monster. This is the way how this creature fights. It tries to play with your fears. There's the moment of the opportunity that Ciri drinks a potion. This potion, it's not a regular potion. It's a poison witchers are capable to prepare. And she's becoming deadly focused here. There's no voices again, no fears. And this is the moment when she spots him, and this is the moment when the real duel starts.
I love how they made this look. Like, she is really having a tactic, really strategic about this. She is letting Moini go in the woods, calling the monster out with a song. I love how they display it, how she goes in and she hears all these hallucinations, all these voices. And then when she drinks the potion, she gets super focused. And all of this is out. Everything is blended out. And then with the kick-ass music, this banger of a song. We need a full track of that, by the way. The Witcher CD Projekt Red team, please. And then they're dancing. It's not just a fight, it's a dance. Look at that. The movement is so good. Fantastic.
Finally, we are revealing Bauk. the monster. Very powerful creature in this world.
Interesting line, by the way, huh? Fate cannot be changed. Maybe the bulk is talking about Mioni, or maybe it's about Ciri. Who knows?
Finally, we are revealing Bauk, the monster. Very powerful creature in this world. And as you see, also we are showcasing something special about Ciri. Ciri is a powerful source. She can drain the energy out of the elements in this world and catalyze it into the very powerful spell.
This is literally what I saw. I thought this was water, but then it was so exaggerated blue. I wasn't sure if that is because she's draining the energy out of it. It looks like water, but then it's so blue in the super dark valley. My initial reaction was, okay, she is draining the energy out of the water. And it's cool that I saw that correctly. I'm happy about that.
She can drain the energy out of the elements in this world and catalyze it into the very powerful spell. And that way, she built another opportunity window to be able to chop his
Damn.
limbs. And finally, uses one of his utility tools, chain, we're presenting here. And we are also referring to the very first trailer that we showcased years ago, The Witcher 1.
This made me so happy that they were referencing Witcher 1, because I was also thinking of that I've seen Geralt before fighting a monster with the chain, and I love that they bring that back. In fact, the entire move set, like her going into that gap and everything, the way she moves is so Geralt. I see so much in her that reminds me of Geralt. So much. If you think about what she is doing in this whole trailer, I don't see many things that Geralt wouldn't do. Literally, I have done quests where we pretty much did the same thing. There's a quest that is very, very similar to this one in The Witcher 3. And I don't know, I feel she is like his daughter. Like for real now. Now she learned everything. Now she is little Ciri grown up, doing what her father taught her.
The very first trailer that we showcased years ago, The Witcher 1, Geralt fighting with Striga. Here we have the chain. More than that, Ciri is able to chant this chain. And that's why...
And this using Igni on the chain is a little bit like using Igni in one fight in Witcher 3, burning the helmet of a certain somebody. Burning his face off, which is probably my favorite move Geralt has done in a fight. It is so cool, so smart. I love that. And she's using pretty much the same move now, heating up metal to hurt the enemy even more. It's very nice.
More than that, Ciri is able to chant this chain. And that's why there's this fire spell on top of it, which makes this chain even stronger. And this is another tough lesson in this grim world. Ciri wasn't able to save Mioni because some people are incapable of change. Bauk won because they let themselves being still driven by the fear. She knows for sure that they'll get this at some point because the fog will never get back. They will probably remember her, the silver-haired girl who saved them.
I bet they will remember her. Even if she could not save Moini, she could save every other child, daughter that was supposed to be sacrificed in the future. So at least that. She managed to save future lives, but sadly she failed in saving this girl's life.
The silver-haired girl who saved them. And there's going to be a moment of change, but the time needs to come.
That's all we wanted. For her to go to the woods, to go to the gods.
Gods?
There you can see, here's the belt of that guy, and there's no more dagger. It was him.
There are no gods here. There are only monsters.
This world is dark, is grim, but there is a light. There is this warmth, there's this hope in the end. In this case, Mioni got killed by her people. But as you know, our games, there are choices and consequences. There's going to be a way to save her. And this is the hope that the Witcher world brings also. That actually gives you this contrast between grim and hope. And this is what I love in this world.
Me too. There is no black and white. There is no good endings. There's always different shades of gray. Always, if you succeed in one thing, there's always a downside to the other. There's hardly ever anything that is just good or just bad. There's always both, which makes it way more realistic. Of course, your choices are limited because it's a game and they cannot program for everything, but yeah. Okay, so what I think is how we could maybe potentially save Mioni in this scenario would be maybe to talk to the elders of the village and convince them that there's actually a monster. It's not a god, it's just a regular monster. So maybe we can talk to them and convince them of the existence of that monster, and then maybe they won't kill her. The person that killed Mioni was the guy that stopped us and said, "Hey, Witcher!" He had a little dagger on his belt, and then when she was stabbed, that dagger on his belt was gone. So it was the village person who insisted on following tradition. That is the person who killed her in the end. And I think that the father of Mioni is actually the person who hired Ciri, or at least could be. Now I would really like to go into the detail while I think that Ciri is a good choice for the next protagonist. First, Geralt's story is told. Actually, his story was already told at the end of the books, but CD Projekt Red continued with 3 games, giving him more of an adventure, more time with his loved ones and with friends and Ciri. Ultimately, they managed to stop Ithleen's prophecy, the White Frost, and succeeded in that, which was pretty much the goal the entire book through, and then in the 2 games that came before Witcher 3. Also, if you read the books, you know that Ciri is a strong focus of the story. Ciri is basically the whole plot. It started with a short story collection, The Last Wish, but here are the books, by the way. And by the way, Geralt in a hot tub. It started with only focusing on Geralt, but ultimately, especially with the novels, the 5 novel books, it switched over with a very strong focus on Ciri. She is, and you can't deny that if you read the books, she is the whole reason for the story. And you can tell that if you play Witcher 3 that she is very important. I think as the daughter of Geralt, or like the adoptive daughter of Geralt, having trained under him, having learned everything from him, and having such a strong desire to become a Witcher, it makes sense that she would become a Witcher and take over the game franchise from that point onwards. I think personally, I would rather have Ciri, a person that I know, a character that I love, and that has a relationship to all the other characters that I know and love, like Geralt, like Yen, maybe Regis, you know? I would rather have her instead of having some no-name Witcher that I can create myself, that nobody's gonna talk to directly with his proper name that I'm gonna give him or her. I would rather have one of the characters that already exist and would play that person. If you play Witcher 1, 2, and 3, you can tell that every character in the world has a story that is based upon the characters in the books. They all share these anecdotes, they all share these inside jokes, they all have memories and experience they share, and that is gonna go if you use some random character. None of this is gonna work. A made-up Witcher will not be able to just fit in that well. And I think they did a fantastic job with the previous games. I think they should continue the path they're going. I believe strongly that CD Projekt Red is gonna make another fantastic story game with characters that already exist and we all love. Some people were saying that they think Ciri was better off as Empress. I personally felt like my personal happy ending is Ciri becoming a Witcher. First off, she always wanted to be a Witcher. She wants to hang out with Geralt, she wants to spend time with him, she wants to do what he does. She is looking up to him, she is so focused on him, and she doesn't want to do anything else. Honestly, I can understand, after everything she's been through, running for years away from the Wild Hunt, jumping between worlds, having seen all kinds of shit, and then averting the prophecy that would bring the White Frost. She had so much responsibilities on her young shoulders. I can understand that she does not want to come from that and then start to rule a country or an empire. Like, I can understand that she would rather just do what she loves. And like, that is spending time with Geralt, her friends, her family. I can understand that. I think it fits way better with her, to be honest. Now, another critique point for many people, apart from she is a woman, she can never be a Witcher. Anyways, all that stuff. I want to say about that. We managed in Witcher 3 to perform the ritual on an adult elf, Avalach, and he survived. Who says that after a few years of research, why not on Ciri, a woman that is a sorceress of the elder blood, very special. She can literally jump through space and time. Why shouldn't she be able to survive the trial of the grasses? She has Yen on her side, she has Triss on her side, for better or for worse. She has Geralt, she has all her friends and very smart people. Why not? I mean, I bet they are gonna write it well. I believe that CD Projekt Red will make it work, that she can become a Witcher. One thing that also bugged a lot of people is the way she looked. I studied her face a little bit compared to the previous ones. The base features of the face are pretty much identical, I would say. One thing they changed is, of course, the eyes, which gave her a very more grim look. Then also, they changed her eyebrow color from black with this white ashen hair to almost also ashen. I think if they would darken the eyebrows, she would look more like the previous version that we know from Witcher 3. Also what they did, and I think they did this in pursuit of a more mature look, is that they shortened the forehead, which a big forehead is always like this childish appearance, but she's not a teenager anymore. So maybe they thought, okay, we're gonna give her a more mature look, and by shortening the forehead, enlarging the face over the whole canvas that is the head, achieve that goal of giving her a more adult look. I don't think she's ugly at all. Like, people were saying she looks like a man, she sounds like a man. No, she doesn't. I have, look at my jaw. I have masculine features as well. I have a relatively low voice for a woman. I'm not a man. There are women out there that are fighting with swords, dressing like Ciri does in a very cold environment, by the way, being badass, but still she's Ciri. She looks like Ciri, in my opinion. Yes, she looks older. By the looks, I would say maybe in her 30s, somewhere in her 30s, but then she's a Witcher, so she could even be 60. She would still look freaking young. Geralt is 100 and he looks like maybe he's 50. He has white hair, but that's a mutation. He doesn't have white hair because of old age. One thing that could alter her facial appearance is, I don't know if you noticed, but lots of the shots of her are from very close. It's like literally, you don't look the way you look in real life, like as if you would have your camera right in front of you when you use your phone. It's like this, everything looks weird, everything is warped, the face looks different. It's like, I think maybe it's because of Unreal Engine 5, or maybe it's because the combination of Unreal Engine 5 and the camera angle, but they did some very, very close-up face shots. And I think that is the reason why her face looks so different. Also, Geralt himself has never looked just like on the pictures and trailers that have been shown to us in early stages to tease us for the games. Witcher 1, the picture looked different than the actual in-game Geralt. Witcher 2, the picture that was shown to us looked different than in-game Geralt. And the same thing goes for Witcher 3. Geralt in the trailers looked quite different from what we actually got delivered in the end. It's not negative, it's just it's early stages and they wanted to tease. So they showed you some early stages. I am sure they're gonna tweak the looks of Ciri in the end. I personally, as a big Witcher fan, I'm looking forward to this. I love Geralt. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't have Geralt in a hot tub here if I would not be a fan of Geralt. I love that man. I've been through hell with him, basically, in 3 different games, multiple playthroughs, 1,000 hours of gameplay, and the books. And I love him. I do. I wish, kinda, that there would be more of Geralt. But CD Projekt Red stated months ago, many months ago, that there won't be more Geralt as a protagonist. They said that. And I honestly think he had 3 games. His story is told. With the end of Blood and Wine DLC, when he's sitting there smiling in the camera.
I so don't feel like going anywhere. Sit here a while longer?
So we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
That we do.
I don't want to pull him out of there again. He's done. We did everything we could. His job to protect Ciri from the Wild Hunt is done. Ciri is out of there. Nilfgaard stopped hunting her. The Lodge is over. It's, you know, he did his job. He protected his daughter. He's done. I don't know why we would drag him out of Corvo Bianco, off of that unicorn, to do more. I would love to see the transformation. How did Ciri go from the Ciri from The Witcher 3? How did she go to the Ciri that we've seen in that trailer? How did she transform into the Witcher? How did she train further? I would love to see Geralt accompany her a little bit, at least, here and there, as a mentor. I would love if there would be some kind of interaction going on with those two. That'd be absolutely fantastic. I would love to see Kaer Morhen again. Maybe she's visiting Kaer Morhen here and there, and he is there, or something. I don't know. I would love to see the dynamic of those two, because those were some of my favorite scenes in The Witcher 3. After you pick up Ciri from the Isle of Mist and you go to Kaer Morhen and you are having a snowball fight and you're talking and you're drinking and, you know, just spending time with that woman that you have been looking for over 100 hours. Ignoring the Gwent parts. But that's what I would like to see. I would like to see Ciri kicking ass and Geralt being there cheering on.
For the cockatrice. And we've a new contract. It won't pay much, but I think it worth the toil.
You've been busy. It's yours.
A witch's silver sword.
Like it?
It's beautiful. May I?
Not here. You'll have ample opportunity soon enough, Witcher.
What's this inscription?
An old Witcher's motto. Had a sword like this once myself, but this one's better. Much better.
Let's try it out then.
And I hope that people are not gonna hate on the game just because you play a woman. I don't think the game is gonna be woke. Even in Sapkowski's books, Ciri is, if not lesbian, at least bisexual. Read the books. It's even stated in Witcher 3. If you remember the bathhouse in Skellige with the rose tattoo in the inside of her thigh. Yeah. So it's nothing new. It's old news. Ciri likes women. She's a woman. Surprise. I think one thing that bothered those people was that she's not dressed in skin-tight leather pants that nobody could fight in, and a linen shirt that is ripped off to their belly button to reveal a bit of cleavage. I don't know, she dresses for the occasion. She is dressing in clothes that are protective during a fight and that are keeping her warm in a freaking winter area. It kind of makes sense to me that she would look like that. Anyways, I've been rambling for quite some time now. I am looking forward to this game. I don't care if you're not. Then look forward to something else. If you don't like what you see, the previous games will not be changed. The books will not be changed. Everything will stay the same. If there's a game coming out that you are not looking forward to, that you don't like, then don't play it. Don't watch the trailers. Don't play it. Surround yourself with something you like and something that you're passionate about, and focus on that. Stop the hate. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I see you in the next episode. Bye.